Yes, welcome back to another Leetcode SQL interview walkthrough. Today we are going to be looking at the problem 184, department highest salary. This is another Leetcode problem where we got a couple tables. We got the employee table that has a department associated to it, and then we have a department table. And the problem we're trying to solve is for the employees, we only want to return the employees who have the highest salary in their department. So what we are going to do is we got a bit of an example here. So we have, looks like 5 employees. We have a couple department IDs, 2 departments, and we only want to return these 2 people. So it does look like we are going to, if 2 people have the same salary in the same department, we're going to return them both. All right, so to do this, let's just start our basic SQL query, select from, and we're going to make employee our main table. And we are going to do an inner join to the department table, and we're going to alias that as D, and we're going to join on E dot department ID equals D dot ID. And that is going to return all employees and then all of their departments. And what we're actually going to do is we are going to find out based on the ID of the department, so D dot ID, we are going to find the max salary. So d.id, comma, max, and this is coming from the employee table, so e.salary, and we can alias this as whatever we want here. So let's just say max salary, and then don't forget a group by d.id. So that is, if we run that, that's going to give us all of the departments and then the max salary here. And what we actually want to do is we want to filter the employee table by this query. So we only want to return the people who are employees where their salary is equal to this. So what we're going to do is we're just going to wrap this in a subquery. I'm going to do another select statement. So select from employee. I'm just going to copy this all from here. And we technically don't actually need this second, so we're going to just delete this. So select from employee, and then inner join, open parentheses, and delete that. So our subquery is going to be right here, and then we need to join our employee table. We're just going to do E2 here to make that easier. On T dot ID equals E2 dot department ID, and E2 dot salary, just gonna copy and paste these, equals T dot max salary. So now we have our employee table and we're joining it to our subquery to only pull back the people who have the department ID and the max salary there. We need to find our select statements here. So if we go to our expected output, we just want to see department. We want to see employee and salary. So I actually lied to you guys there. We do need to go to the department table to, I'm just going to copy this because we do need that department name. So it's going to alias all this is E2 and D2. And so this is going to be D2 dot, I believe that's name as department, comma, and then we have employee. So this is the employee name. So this is going to be e2.name as employee, comma, and then this is where we want the actual salary. So theoretically, you could add this as your what you're going to pull into the select, but we're just going to do e2.salary, and then as salary. So just a quick review here, we have our subquery here. So we're looking at a max. So for every department ID, And the reason we're doing ID here is because there could be theoretically two departments named the same thing. So this is a guarantee. So two departments are not going to have the same ID. We're going to get a list of, for each department ID, the max salary, and then we're going to filter our employee table by that query. So we're only going to pull in for that department only the people who have the salary equal to the max salary. And again, because we have two people with the same salary in IT, we can pull them back. We don't need to worry about that. So I'm gonna go ahead and run code, see if that works, see if we have any syntax errors. And it does look like we have one error here. Do from salary dot department D2 on E2. Just looking at the runtime error here. Just making sure everything looks okay. Inner join department D2 E2. Everything does look to be in order. Not exactly sure what is happening here. See if we can expand this. Inner join. Select. All right, after some quick discovery there, I realized I was missing the word on. So that just shows you I was missing my coffee this morning. Apologies for that. Looks like we do have another error and I put that on the wrong side. Apologies for that. We're doing this, testing this live, so this is a good example of that. And it looks like I'm just forgetting the word on everywhere. So just making sure that looks good. And I put it on the wrong side there. I'm all over the place. And see if that goes. So we did get an accept, and we are going to submit that and see how we did. So faster than 71%. Again, I don't pay too much attention to this. There's many different ways to solve this, many easier ways. So it just depends on kind of the size of your database and kind of everything else that you have going on. So there's more than one way to solve this problem, but hopefully this taught you something and gave you a little insight on how to troubleshoot that.